Aries, welcome to your reading. This week we're going to do a monthly overview for March. Let's take a look at Aries in March. Show me Aries in March. What's going on? Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. And if more than one energy pops up on the board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. After all, these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. Normal, frustrating, but normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Now, we are just entering, or we have just entered Pisces season. That means you're up next. Hopefully, you are beginning to feel your own particular Aries energy rise to the occasion, if you will, which is very common before we enter our birth season. What's going on, please? Show me Aries in March. Show me Aries in March. Show me Aries in March, please. What's up? All right. Let's get cracking. Show me Aries, please. Entering into March. Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups, the World. Okay. Okay. Okay, something you say I cannot see. Your heart seems to know better and says that's not true, Aries. What do we feel? And that's going to tell you what to do with the world. Okay? Closing off, opening up. Your mind insists upon confusion. I can't see, I can't see, I can't see. And I'm not trying to see. But your heart's like Queen of Cups. But we feel it though, don't we, Aries? Okay? The world is here. Could represent an opportunity in opening up or closing off. Let's see. Okay, Justice, Ace of Cups, Ten of Swords. Yeah, really trying to find a better or spiritual balance in your heart space, in the best part of your heart space with the Ace of Cups here. And Ten of Swords, there's pain in there. Sorting through it. Okay. King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I see you wanting to open up. You're not sure how, though. King of Pentacles, he and the Queen of Pentacles, they like to know what they're doing. That's the tea kettle. They like to know what they're doing. Based on experience, it tells them to invest here or don't invest in that. So I got a King of Pentacles surveying the emotions here, Seven of Cups and Knight of Cups. Okay. And from his place of experience and insight and investment, like, okay. I can see opening to that. It's interesting because there's a strong sense of balance in the personal heart space for you, Ace of Cups. I'm not saying it is new love. I'm saying it is how do I feel about me? Okay, because there's pain in there. As we last checked in with it, we understood there was pain in there. The idea is, do we feel better now? Justice. Okay. In the future, I guess you have an answer on that because you are carefully considering opening up, and it's not random. Seven of Cups might think it is, but I see it as the selection process here, the King of Pentacles, about how to approach the heart space because the Knight of Cups is here. The Knight of Cups always has direction. The Knights can't do what they do without direction. That's what they do. They deliver. Okay? So we're looking at best delivery here of the heart space. But it's like, how do we approach that though? Kind of like that. I don't know. It's interesting. You showed me major function of the heart throughout your lines here. Personal heart space, how it's being directed outside of you. We're going to start right here on your opening, the Eight of Swords. Let's take a look at the Eight of Swords, please. I don't know and I can't see. Let's take a look. Let's see the Eight of Swords, please, for Aries. Show me the Eight of Swords, please, for Aries. Okay. Show me the Eight of Swords, please, for Aries. Nine of Cups, Page of Swords, Ace of Wands. It's like you don't dare admit to yourself that you want to hope for something or desire it, right? Because if we admitted that to ourselves, then we'd have to admit that we really want this the way we want to make ourselves happy, right? So Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. You have to know that you love yourself in order to make your own wishes come true. It's in a form of self-fulfilling prophecy based on how you understand you love yourself and are you in tune with that. So it's like, I don't dare think about that because if I did, Christina, I might realize it made me a lot happier than I'm willing to admit or personally see. Eight of Swords. Like that wouldn't, no. Why would that make me happy? That's total nonsense. I can't be seeing that right now. So there's something here that with some more insight here. Page of Swords, little guy, he can only handle so much. You have the idea that you opening up to something, be it new or renewed, I don't care. The idea of it makes you really happy, but the admission of it is like, what? No, I can't see that being, see that, the reflection, I refuse to see myself in the mirror. I can't see that being true for me. That's not right. So you kind of open up March with some denial here that I don't think you mean to do on purpose. I don't think anyone means to do something like this on purpose, but you don't feel comfortable admitting it to yourself. So what's your heart space saying with that Queen of Cups? Show me that Queen of Cups, please. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. There's that Seven of Cups. The Five of Pentacles, Judgment. When you listen to your heart, she's going to listen to her heart. It's going to tell her what to do. She might need a lot of loving, but she don't need you. That's Tom Petty, by the way. The last part's not what I'm hearing. You got to listen to your heart. It's going to tell you what to do. Yeah, essentially that's what I'm saying here. Your heart's is trying to tell you what to do, because your mind refuses to acknowledge how happy that Ace of Wands would make you. It's like, that's not the truth. It is the truth. So your heart is doing a better job of talking to you, and it's saying, look, Aries, I know you personally can't feel your way around opening up towards something. It looks like it's a sensitive subject. But we kind of feel like that's our lesson, though, Judgment. Right? That if we remain disconnected from what we naturally feel, we just kind of remain disconnected from ourselves. Isn't that the truth, Aries? And your heart space is kind of going, yeah, even while your mind is going, no. So it is, you're having a back and forth interplay. I'm trusting your Queen of Cups a lot more than what it is you're refusing to see with the Eight of Swords. I know part of that's hope. Ace of Wands is hope. You know, the idea that you moving towards something could make you happy suggests that if you try to make it happen, you could get hope for it, and then your hopes could be dashed. It'd be all for nothing. So your heart is having a bigger job of trying to tell you about the reality of the thing. You have a fullness of heart that you say, this is my choice, though. I can either choose to remain disconnected from my feelings, and thus the lesson or the choice here was Judgment, or I can do something about it. You know, so what part of yourself you're going to listen to? The part that's denying the whole thing, or your heart space? Now, there is emotional confrontation here, and given you further down the line, I can see that you're doing that, actually. But everything begins with the self. So you getting confrontation with you and your emotions, not what your mind is telling you, what your emotions are telling you. Even if it's a mess in there, the point is, I'd rather you know it than not. And then decisions are being made. Okay? Let's jump on over to that world. Let me see that world, please. Show me the world. I don't know what it relates to, guys, but it's almost like, Christina, if I allow myself to believe that the Ace of Wands is true, be it new or renewed, I could hope for it. And then that could hurt more if I hope for it. So it's just easier to say, nah, I'm not feeling those things. Except your heart, which is so much more developed than your sense of hope, it seems, is still trying to tell you what to do. I know, the heart is so darned annoying. Don't you just wish you could just tell it to shut up? But that's what the mind is for. The mind already does a good job of that, right? There's something here that still hurts, I know. All the more reason why you're being called to address it. Everything begins with the self, guys. Okay? Everything, and you know, listen to your heart more. Then you won't have to reject or deny anything about you. You'll just know it's true. Let's see that world, please. Page of Cups, the Six of Cups. Oh, but of course, the Two of Swords. You're like, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, Christina, that whole soul bond thing with the Six of Cups, it's in the past. If I reapproached it, I'd have to reopen the cycle, and it's this whole thing. Right? Because so that's what it is. That's where this is coming from, because you're saying it's technically over, so I should just let it stay that way. And that's where the confusion's coming in, the blindness. Oh, that blindness is, your mind is really a match for your heart, honey. Your heart is so much bigger than that blindness, but that's willful blindness to an Eight of Swords. It's just Eight of Swords is more exaggerated, that's all. That blindness, I can't see this. I can't see this being reopened, Christina. It's a cold case. I should just leave it alone. Because then I might hope for it. But it's still in your heart, though. It still emotionally connects with you in some way as a resonating effect. Usually someone of the past. And I know your mind recognizes the cycle, and you're kind of showing me what I tell people all the time. If it's done, let it be done. Thing is that you're not done with it energetically. It's still very much entangled, and that's because we haven't processed everything yet. And I can tell that there was a lot of unanswered questions around this, and particularly as it relates to feelings. How do we actually feel about this? Did I ever really know? Why does it feel like I'm in tune with it now more than I was however long ago? I don't know. And I don't know why it's coming up for you in March. You're not the first person to show me that. You won't be the last person to show me that. That bit, though, about I don't want to have hope for this, that hurts to see that. It does. And I think that's the real fear of your mind. Absolutely. That doesn't mean it's the fear of reality, but it's what your mind's telling you in order to justify you not getting in touch with your feelings towards this. So you can go ahead and tell me that cycle has been there, done that. It's done. It's done. I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay? I'm going to leave it alone. What you feel, though, is not satisfied with that response. Because if it was, you wouldn't keep poking this. Okay? All I'm telling you is what isn't working in this situation. You get to figure out what would work. I just know that you're telling yourself it's over, it's over. There's nothing, I don't, like, just leave it alone. If that was working for you, that's it. I wouldn't be saying this back and forth. So what's the solution? You tell me. Let's jump on over here. Justice. Balance against the heart versus the pain. Okay? Or incurring more pain. Having to deal with maybe a potential ending. Again. Right? Let's take a look at justice for you. Show me justice, show me justice, show me justice. Show me justice, please. Four Cups, unhappiness, Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers. Yeah. Look, from a sense of self and knowing yourself and how you identify in your Lover's connection, I know you feel what's right. You know, you take the personal blindness thing away, and that dissatisfaction of this, sometimes having left a poor taste in your mouth. You're going to feel at some point how you as an individual with Nine of Pentacles stand up in this. And you will know what to do. This kind of connection is going to speak deeply to you as an individual. It already does. And if you can admit that to yourself, you can measure against yourself for balance. And what does that mean to you? Do I see myself in this because it's correct for me or because it's wrong for me? And that's why I, quote unquote, haven't been able to really let it go, even though I probably should. Should is a tricky word. Should, why? Because it's already cycled out, so it'd be inconvenient to reapproach it. That's bullshit. It's the fear of hope that keeps you in check. Your heart space wants you to try to consolidate the differences, the negative balances, because that's the actual bigger, authentic part of you. Okay? So you got to do literally what's right for you. Justice. Four of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers. If it's something that you must reapproach, you have to do it because it's right for you, because you understand and see yourself part of this bigger connection. That doesn't mean you run away and marry it. I'm just saying you don't reject it either. That you see yourself in it because it's for you. It's made for you, or it doesn't. I'm very curious. I was going to skip that Ace of Cups. I think we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. Let's see that Ace of Cups, please. You know. Is there an opportunity here to bounce with this person as an individual? It showed up in coin, so yes. The answer is yes. But you have to see that as a viable option. Okay? The Lovers, our obligation to keep it is to choose it in whatever form it takes. And in so doing, we choose ourselves. And you already showed me in your opening that you're not used to choosing things that you don't want to get hope up for. Because it would mean a lot if you lost it. Okay? Let's see that Ace of Cups. Let's see that Ace of Cups. There's that Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, the Nine of Wands. I know, it really hurts. It's fear. Showing me a lot of fear of being hurt by this. If you opened up towards it. Your heart's kind of screaming at you to do one thing. Your mind's screaming at you to ignore it altogether. That there is no screaming at all. In fact, there is no sound in fury. It's a shut case, right? Even cold cases, honey, get reopened. So, I mean, yeah, the choice is yours. You have to, excuse me, if the correct thing for you to do is to stand up for this as an individual and claim your lover to the best of your ability by acknowledging it and trying to get square with it, then that in and of itself is a way of choosing it. Yes, even if it is difficult, what you're showing me is the fear of vulnerability towards it a lot. Because it means that much to you, not because it doesn't. Okay? You have a beautiful heart space, and then you sit there and act like you don't. I know where that comes from. It's a fear of hope. That this could please me a lot. But then I'd have to recognize that I wanted it. And stand up for it in some way. You're saying, putting your heart on the line, though. That's... Fuck. Right? Ace of Cups, Five of Cups. It hurts. It's been hurting. Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands. I try to resist how much it hurts, and it just hurts more. Yeah, that's what you call doubling down. Oh, you as a stubborn Aries. It's like, I don't have a feeling, by the way. I'm stubbornly not in love with this. I'm not. Why? Because I said so. That's it. That's all there is to it. How do you know you're in love? Some people know, and they can admit it freely. Other people spend a lot of time denying it. I've done it. Nobody's perfect. We struggle to embrace, sometimes as human beings, what it is we desire the most, we're used to rejecting the most. Because in some way along the line of our lives, we got used to rejecting ourselves, always putting other people's needs before our own. So we get in the habit of denying ourselves. 1,000 different reasons why, guys. But you're telling me to open up towards this scares the hell out of you. To be so vulnerable, to be so exposed. You already have a history with this person. So that, and because it's Lover's Connection, soul bond, etc., you know, we're crossing into soulmate territory, Six of Cups, Lovers, that kind of thing. You know, that means whatever it is you've experienced, they've experienced in their own way. Our lover is our mirror. The best of everything we represent and everything we fear the most. Not a casual ride. Let's see that Ten of Swords, please. Show me that Ten of Swords. Let's see that Ten of Swords. And it's like I tell you to people, honey, all the time. People resist what they feel, until one day they can't. And they realize how much energy they spent in rejecting or denying something. Kind of tells you how much the opposite is true. So I always say, if you have to talk yourself into or out of anything, stop. Taking a lot of time, energy, and effort to validate non-truths. And then everything washes up on shore the way it does sometimes. Because you can't hold the line of resistance anymore. Yeah. All right, let's see that Ten of Swords. Let's see that Ten of Swords. Let's see that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. I keep noticing that King of Pentacles here in this deck. This is the Light Seers. Very well known. Looks like Cinnamon. My puppy. She's in doggy daycare today. So I made it a goal to kind of put her in doggy daycare at least once a week for high activity, social training, that kind of thing. And she's loving it. And she comes home absolutely exhausted. So that's why you don't hear her today. All right. Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. You know. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, Ten of Swords. This could hurt me. What do I do? So your tension is getting higher in March to do something. Despite all your intense mental and physical goal to reject this, it's over. It needs to stay that way. Like I said, even cold cases get cracked open once in a while. Tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. I'm just saying the process here. Okay? Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of choice. If you don't resonate with this at all, there you go. I just want you to do something with this tension. Okay? It's odd because the more you reject this in love, the more it tells me how much you love it. But again, the Aries I'm looking at, we're not in touch with this yet. It's the most obvious. You're showing me delay. You're showing me side quests and side stories and this, that, and the other, except for the point. So. All right, let's keep it on. But yeah, you know, and also, how do they feel about it? We're still attracted to this person, I believe. And that's okay. That Queen of Wands isn't coming across as you, which is interesting because you are fire sign. I'm just not saying it that way. It's somebody who is fiery, passionate, creative, that kind of thing. Or just, you know, impressively beautiful. Or just beautiful to you. I don't know. But we still catch ourselves looking outward on the horizon sometimes, and we don't. We find ourselves waiting, and we acknowledge that we pull it back, and we get angry and frustrated and filled with pain all over again with the Ten of Swords. So, honey, we got to do something. Because the formula here that you opened up with ain't working. Okay? I see a much more practical sense of you, King of Pentacles, trying to take over the whole thing. Because it's almost like he's saying, I'm done with this. Let's actually start doing something. So let's see. I don't know what switched your modality over. I couldn't say. But because perhaps whatever this is you're experiencing for yourself, you understand it isn't good enough and it's not helping you and it's not the results that you need to feel good about the situation. Perhaps the more practical side of you is taking over and trying to sort it out. Let's do that King of Pentacles, please. Show me that King of Pentacles. 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 The Queen of Wands. Death, Judgment. Interesting. Whoa. You're actually defaulting to them. Oh, yeah. This hasn't happened yet. But you have made a decision, and you're saying, I'm leaving it up to them. Oh, are you? Interesting. Queen of Wands, I distinctly said I'm under the impression that that's not you. And you're like, that's correct, it is them. The Queen of Wands, death and judgment, you're saying it's actually up to them. Do they know that? To balance. What does that mean? Why? Do they know that? Otherwise, they may not make good on the decision if they're not aware that it's theirs. So, what's up? Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups, please. Show me that Seven of Cups. What did you do? You made a decision. You said the decision is theirs. Okay. So did you serve them a ball or not? Let's see that Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups. The thing is, when people say, well, the ball's in their court, the other person has to know that the ball's in their court in order to... They have to know. So I understand that you're respecting their decision-making. But did you give them something to work with to suggest that they have a decision to make when it comes to your two's connection? That's the other thing. Because I have no idea what the time lapse is between you two. I have no clue. So, let's see that Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups. Two of Pentacles, there it is again. Six of Wands, the consolidation, the Hermit. You have developed a course of action. So you are going to toss them a ball. And you said based this, I don't know what that ball looks like. I have no clue. I have no idea. People typically start with pages or some sort of communication. But that back and forth of, I don't know what to do. I still find myself looking out on the horizon and I still feel helpless. And if I did something, it could just cause or generate more pain. But you're still frustrated with yourself that you find yourself looking on the horizon, etc. We've been through all this, and that's because most of this is unresolved, okay, within you. Particularly as it seems that you have not been able to express your heart space towards the situation from your point of view. I think that's where most of the tension is coming from. That's my personal opinion based on what I've seen today plus experience. That would also explain why you're trying to figure out what you can do to alleviate that tension, but also say the power's within. Okay. I believe I'm seeing your methodology here about practically speaking what to do. To consolidate things, to get you out of the tension zone, the frustration in your heart space. I don't want to get my hope up for this, but I need to do something. Okay. And you have decided upon a course of action here that you say you feel fairly confident about. Not over the top, not arrogant, but you're saying you have a lot of earth in you that's showing me practical application here. With the Hermit, you're saying, this is the best option I came up with. And you're saying what happens after that is up to them. What that is, I don't know. I just see that you sorted it out. Seven of Cups, about what to do, practically speaking. Two of Pentacles. Six of Wands, the Hermit. That's literally saying, that's probably as good as it's going to get. Okay. Well, the Knight of Cups, eh? Okay. Here's the thing, guys, again, about that balls in their court mentality. They have to know they're being served. Okay? Well, they should know. That's not always the case, guys. We take things for granted like that. We assume we know, or it's like my intuition told me so. Well, no. Okay, what we intuitively feel and reality don't always match up. That's the whole point of conversing and being our most authentic self. That we don't have any lingering confusion or things are not unnecessarily suspended or up in the air. So, I respect your decision that it's their decision. And you settled upon a course of action that says that I should do it and that's the best I can do. Okay? It involves some sort of healing element. It follows a line of inquiry that says I could be open to this. But this is as good as I can make the delivery. Okay. Okay. Let's see that Knight of Cups. Show me that Knight of Cups. The Three of Cups. Okay, the Ten of Swords and the Sun. Okay. So let's get this out of the way. That Ten of Swords is showing up again for you in March. Based on what I've seen here today, whatever it is that you decided upon that says this is as good as it gets, this is the offers I best understand to convey it, but I'm going to leave it up to them. So you did serve them a ball that looks like it's showing up tangibly in reality, that is visible for what it is. What your course of action is, I could not say. I just do know that it is getting a response. Let's make this clear. Reconnecting with this is going to be awkward. But it will be a happy awkward. Okay? It's been with you the whole time. You understanding that there was some sort of workable avenue for approach, that it was welcome at all, that you could do anything at all, because there's a lot of sense of helplessness here, and I don't want to get my hopes up, and I keep trying to tell myself not to get my heart mixed. Honey, your heart's been mixed up in this. Let's get that out of the way too. Where do you think all this tension comes from? You think that was coincidental? Is it because you were too busy rejecting your heart in this the whole time? Or because your heart was wrapped up in it, but you insisting it wasn't? It were. Theirs was too in some way. But it's not about them. It's about you. So I have to admit, with that King of Pentacles, that was a little breathtaking right there. I even paused. It's like, oh, you're saying it's their decision. They got to know that. Something has to show up to indicate truce, but I also understand you may not respond. Okay, you did. You did something here. Like, that's as good as it gets. That's all I can do. And there is a response. The vulnerability gets easier, I promise. The Knight of Cups wouldn't be there otherwise. It's a sincere emotional expression in some way that represents vulnerability. Three of Cups. There is connectivity here. Ten of Swords. There's the awkwardness and the pain where you two last left it. But the sun's out. Sun's out. Is happy. Once you get past that awkwardness and laying down the swords, some sort of emotional bridge work is taking place here that suggests positive. Okay? But behind it all has to be that layer of disarmed vulnerability. Okay? Disarm. The only thing that comes to mind is Smashing Pumpkins. I can't. Great song. Some of you identify with that. Disarm. I paused on that word for a reason. Okay, so all that to say, March, for me, from my point of view, it looks exhausting. But I can see if you've been putting this off and putting this off and putting this off, yeah, you're going to experience it that way too. And I can see why, honey, you're so tempted to just leave it as a cold case. But I have to go back to that point. If that worked for you, I wouldn't be seeing any of this today. If it had worked for you at all in the past up until this point, again, I wouldn't be seeing any of this. You know, your heart towards this is restless and dissatisfied largely because it feels like it hasn't been represented, understood, I believe, but also you spent a great deal of time rejecting that it was there to begin with. So it's going to require, I'm sorry, but it's going to require for you to take several steps back in order to go forward. And this is normal. It is. You know, I'm thinking vulnerability for you is a tricky thing. And you probably shudder a little bit when you hear that word. It's an uncomfortable feeling for some of you. So that's what I'm saying with justice here. If you're going to, in spiritual theory, it's here. If you stand up for this, you're standing up for yourself. And I want you to. That's the part of you I'm rooting for. The part of you that wants to stand up for yourself. And you see it as, I don't want to get my hopes up. I see it as, this is your chance to say, I'm part of this. I know that you are. The chance to express yourself and not apologize for it. Okay. So I get what your King of Pentacles is doing. It is their decision. But you have to give them something to work with in order to know that they have one. Make sense? Okay. I like how your King of Pentacles was like, you know what? Call this. And just like, I'm going to leave it up to them. This is what I can do. This is what I can do. Okay? I hope you're happy. No, it's not about me, it's you. And the answer is yes. It's a little awkward, though, at first, as one might expect. But the sun's out for the both of you. There's a happiness there, okay? Many masks, the authentic self. Thank you, Spirit. Number 38. Your authentic self is in there, and it's been trying to come out for a long time. And you trying to accept that it's over hasn't worked for you, okay? You know, you're that man or you're that woman with a mission. And even if you have to take several steps back in order to appreciate that and the feeling and the drive behind it and to represent yourself and what was there this whole time, so be it. I just want you to do it. If it means your authentic self, vulnerability, guys, means taking the mask off. I'll say resistance in your heart, resistance towards the action. Okay. Oh. The crossing, the initiation. Once you cross the bridge, right, there's no going back. It's okay. All right, don't let that freak you out. Number 54. Because you are the herald. Thank you, Spirit. These are great today. The horsemen, the oracles represent little bridges in the main story. They either connect it or they don't. But these are largely connected well. The horseman, the herald of change. Okay? Once you cross that particular bridge, you can bring about change. On the surface, you're like, this is as good as I can. That's it. This is all I can do. But that was enough. That was enough. That was enough. And you're showing me adaptability, number 64. Okay? Excellent. Excellent. That's right. Very good. Good job, Aries. All right. What will happen? I don't know. I may or may not pick up on the same group of Aries for April, but we'll see. A bit of... I like that. A little bit of luck. A little bit of luck in your decision making. There you go. There you go. A little bit of luck. Shamrocks, you might... Well... Early spring here in Texas, so I'm seeing shamrocks and dandelions everywhere, but still, it's like a little bit of luck, a little bit of four-leaf clover. Okay, making decisions, and then 222. So for some of you, if February could be in that energy, what we're experiencing it now, and help rolling you over into March, the decisions you're making now. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, poverty, number 37. What is that? Looking closely at the resources. Oh, poverty here, not in the literal sense, guys. These can often be metaphors. Poverty, taking a closer look, number 44, the spyglass, 34, and resources. It's very tempting to think I'm impoverished. There's nothing I can do. There's that sense of helplessness. But if we take a closer look, you actually have an abundance of resources available to you in terms of bringing things together, resourcefulness, the know-how. Even though it's fish there, I promise you this is earth energy, resourcefulness. Okay, the connectivity, the streams. Looking closely, it's very tempting to think there's nothing I can do, I'm helpless. But with closer examination, you're actually resourceful. There's resource here to bring things together. You see that for yourself under that 7 of Cups energy, which I will point out to you. 34 adds to 7. Emotional resources, they're here. Okay. Okay, that's enough. Okay, that was nice. I have to say, that caught my attention. I was like, oh yeah, you're saying it's their decision. That means you had to give them something to work with in order to know that. So, the areas I'm looking at, everything that led up to it, is understanding that you yourself had anything you should deploy to give them reason to understand that they had a decision. So this is where we're entering. You doing a job of telling yourself it's a cold case, leave it alone. And it just doesn't suit, does it? It does not. That's anti-authentic self. All right. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.